You might be experiencing a dark night of the soul, or it might feel like you've had several dark nights of the soul because that is an realization that you're moving into a higher understanding of who you are. But see, our world is having a dark night of the soul as well because the world is trying to evolve. And the way that that happens is that we have to do it ourselves. We have to evolve individually. Let me talk about that because sometimes it can be really scary. And I'm saying I've had several of them where I thought there's no reason for me to be on the earth. It would be so much easier for me to die. I didn't, though. I didn't give up. I kept going. And the reason I kept going is because I kept receiving work, mindset work that changed me. And it was just different because it came in a different way than many others. I meditated, I wrote it, I channeled it, it came to me. It's cosmic wisdom, but it changed my life. And it took me moving through so many horrible things like that felt like these dark nights of the soul, because I tell you, I had so many of them. But what I discovered was the reason I was having them is because I was resisting who I was. And that's what I find with most of my clients as well. We resist who we can become because we've been programmed in a way that doesn't allow us to see it. It doesn't allow us to open up to who we could become. And then we kind of put that out into the world and we have a world that looks the way that it does. And it was really incredibly difficult for me to tell people what I had done because it didn't make sense. How could I have received all this information years ago and it transformed my life and then I can give it back to others? But see, when you understand that's how we all evolve, we develop something. Now, I didn't do what a lot of other people in this, what you might think of the spiritual community or all of that. I didn't do any of that before, even when I started doing my channeling, because I knew that what I was given was something that could have any person evolve and become who they're meant to be, live the lives they deserve to have if they get in touch with their authentic self. And that's a higher state of consciousness. And we all have that, but we just get it at different times or different ways in our lives. What I did with all of the other training and all of that stuff that I've gone through and coaches and mentors forever and ever, I said, oh, I have something that can help so many others. Because see, I know that anyone can achieve the success and live the kind of life they have if they get through all of the old junk. And that's what I had to do. And I call it junk because it's stuff that we shouldn't have had. Things that we've been taught from either our families, our friends, our parents, our ancestors, wherever it came from, but it's always limited. And so we have to be able to move through that. And I'm talking about this because the world is moving through that right now. And that's what brought about all of my work. That's what brought about my programs. And that's why I am dedicated to bringing this work to more people. And there's nothing better than watching the people who are doing this thrive and move through things that they never thought they could achieve. You've probably heard some of the testimonials. Someone said, I've had something for 35 years that I couldn't get through. This work did it. I had another person saying, I understand why the program, the full program, is called your last development program. I understand why that happened now because they said, I wouldn't need anything else. And I know that's true because the only way that we evolve is through our consciousness, raising our consciousness, connecting to our authentic selves, which I also call your divine plan, because I know that everyone has it. No human was born insignificant. It just takes us time to connect to that place. And it was a struggle for me. And I never want to see anyone else struggle, which is why I'm doing this work. But I want you to check out 4 Weeks to Your Best Life first, because that's why I'm talking about this, because I opened up some slots that are going to be for a while, but I'm doing the entire work called Your Last Development Program because I have so much material, so much that it could go on for years and years, but it's going to be a year-long thing. But people have an option to come into that. But the 4 weeks is the thing. In that 4 weeks, your life has changed. You can't go back to who you were after you do the 4 weeks. It's not possible. Because you open up an awareness within you that has you see everything differently. You will look at yourself in an entirely new way. And I'm just saying all this stuff, but you will hear from others who have done this and you can hear their results, things that they didn't believe was possible. And I'm saying that it is. We have limitations and they only exist in our thinking. And so I'm taking this now to so many others because our world needs a lot of really happy, successful, prosperous people who are in love with themselves. And that's what this work does. So check it out. But I just want you to understand, if you're going through something that's really challenging, it's probably because you're being asked to own more of who you are. You're being asked to evolve. All of us are. Our world is being asked to do that. And you will help it by becoming. This is a part that doesn't make sense to a lot of people. The happier we become, the more success we achieve, the better our world is.
I haven't done anything like this.
It's increased the confidence that I had in myself.
Everything is better. I mean, every single aspect of my life. My income, the progress is just amazing. Like, you can see changes from week to week.
Introducing your last development program, Life Transformation for Success, the newest part of Roger Burnley's coaching series. In this 3-month online program, you will learn the mindset tools you need to dissolve the shame of your past, discover the gifts within you that make you important to the world, and get the confidence to rise above anything that stands between you and the life that you want.
Everything changed in my life. Everything. Every single thing.
It's time for you to reprogram your mind for success and become self-actualized. If you're ready to transform your life too, learn more at yourlastdevelopmentprogram.com today.